Welcome to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast hosted by me, Michaela J. Get ready to dive into an action-packed, bougie-based, and spiritually guided experience on all things manifesting your next level Lux life. Let's go. Hey, gorgeous. Happy Monday, and welcome back to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast with your girl. It is I, the Michaela J, here to teach you how to manifest your next level Lux life. Like I said, happy Monday. Let's get into this quickie episode talking about your new morning routine to become the energetic match I know you can be for your desires. Before we dive in, have you been living under a rock? Have you heard the news? My signature program, the MMM method, is getting a makeover. She is getting her own up level, her own quantum leap, one may say. She is having a full new rebrand. The new name of the program is called the Manifestation Effect, where mindset and aligned action create instant results. I am so excited about this rebrand because the new modules coming are going to blow your fucking mind, okay? When you join on pre-sale pricing, which is going on right now, you're saving almost $500, the lowest price it's ever going to be. You get to immediately watch all of the MMM method trainings in your library. You get first access to the new system. And yes, I said system when the Manifestation Effect drops. What's new about this program is that I am not just creating a course. I am not just giving you knowledge about manifestation. I'm not even only teaching you how to shift your mindset. I'm giving you a foolproof system that is repeatable for you to implement for all of your manifestations and all of your up levels. This is an identity recalibration that you will get to use over and over and over again. No more random rituals, no more random TikTok hacks, okay? A full system. So the link is in the show notes for you to join. You can get $500 off when you pay in full. There's also a payment plan. And if you have any questions, shoot me a message over on the gram, okay? Which, by the way, if you're not following me on Insta, make sure you do, because right now when you're listening to this, I'm actually in Costa Rica leading an amazing, beautiful retreat with my 5 amazing clients. I'm so excited. I'm at the Michaela J over on Instagram. Make sure you follow along, see all things Costa Rica, keep up to date with upcoming retreats, and just hang out with me over there. All right, let's get into this. I want this to be a good quick episode that's going to help you improve your morning routine and make sure that you are a vibrational match for all of the things that you want.
Lowe's knows member-only doorbuster deals make SpringFest savings even better. Right now, rewards members can get 3 19.3-ounce Bonnie Plants vegetables and herbs for just $10. Plus, save $50 on a Char-Broil Performance Series 4-burner grill, now $149. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 4/7, excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location, subject to change while supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms.
This episode is brought to you by Walmart. New beauty is in bloom at Walmart, and it's all about springtime radiance. From Drybar, Tula Skincare, and hundreds more available online, Walmart has the premium brands you want and this season's on-trend products for flawless, glossy hair and hydrated skin. Big name beauty brands? Check. The things you love? Check. Find trending spring beauty and all you need to look and feel gorgeous at Walmart, on app and online.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
So number one, when I'm tuning into what is the energetic match of what I want, what is the frequency of my desire that I need to be tapping into every day, I immediately ask myself, what is my next level self's morning routine? And this is probably no new news to you. We've talked about this a million times. Like, how does she think? How does she act? What time does she wake up, right? But we need to be reminded of this all of the time. We are constantly upgrading our next level self. We're constantly upgrading our identity, the things that we want and the things that we are a match for. So when you think about what your goals are for April, what your goals are for quarter two, what your goals are for the rest of 2025, who is your next level self and what does her morning routine look like? I I recently did an audit of this for my own life, and it was kind of a rude awakening that I was like, oh yeah, I'm like not really matching her vibe. And since having that kind of awakening, I might say, I've completely shifted my mornings, and it has given me so much more energy, because now not only am I excited about my manifestations, I'm taking action on my manifestations, I'm also aligning my mornings, which align my energy to them. So what is your next level self's morning routine? What time does she wake up? Is she going for a coffee first? Is she going for a Celtic salt water? Is she taking a Magic Mind? Are you a green tea in the morning? Are you 50 grams of protein first thing? Maybe it's none of the above. You're just filling your Stanley and going on a hot girl walk. Like, what is her morning routine? One thing that I have absolutely loved implementing just from one next level self to another is my 5-minute cold showers. I obviously love a cold shower. I've talked about this all the time, but I really picked up the habit when in my last phase of the Live Hard program, which I have a full episode about a couple weeks back, which is really good. All of my takeaways. And one thing I just really loved is how I felt being consistent about taking a 5-minute cold shower. And what I noticed going on in my mindset that was the most valuable. I would turn on the cold water and I would stare at the cold water, and I would know this is going to suck. I'm already cold, and that's going to be really cold. And then I would just lean in anyways. And watching, almost observing what felt like from the third person, like observing this interaction between myself and the water, and knowing that I was going to go after it anyways, it really opened something up in me. And I'm like, yeah, this is a habit I want to continue doing. And it's something that feels really good to do, even when I don't quote unquote have to. So what is your next level self doing in the morning? Really fine tuning your routine. And if you feel like, okay, well, she would be doing this and she'd be doing that, and maybe you can't pay for that, or maybe you have kids, or maybe you have your work schedule, right? What can you do? It's your job to figure out, like, how can I do this as closely as possible to your next level self morning routine with what I have? That has always been my mantra. It's always been my mindset. Like, do what you can with what you have. Maybe you think my next level self has a full skincare routine in the mornings, and every single product is from the French pharmacy, and I have all these videos on TikTok saved about how it's the best skincare, but I don't have that right now. Great. Can you go to Target and get a skincare routine that you can stick to? Do what you can with what you have. Don't let your excuses in the way. Your excuses are boring. You want to make it so that your morning routine would literally impress your next level self. Like a morning routine where you wake up and you're so on and you're so diligent about it, and you feel so good. That's the important part. One that makes you feel so fucking good. That's what makes you the energetic match, that your next level self would be super impressed. She would look back and she'd be like, yeah, that's my girl. Like, that was me. That's my girl. Like, she did that shit. That's what you want to tap into. A morning routine your next level self would be so impressed by. Now, with that, that's all the fun stuff, but there's also some morning routine things that we need to clean up. And this can actually help you create more clarity on what this morning routine is going to look like and what changes you need to implement to become the energetic match. I want you to think about, what in your life right now would your next level self be a little embarrassed about? Okay, we all have it, and this is not about judging yourself, and it's not about being mean, and it's not about shame. It's none of those things. It's about cleaning up where there's some cracks in the surface, where you're not being that next level self and where you're not the energetic match. What would your next level self be a little bit embarrassed about that you're doing right now? Okay. So for example, maybe it's that you're skipping your skincare routine from time to time, and your next level self's like, it's not really the vibe, babe. Or maybe your next level self sees that first thing in the morning, you're grabbing a coffee, you're not even drinking a glass of water or brushing your teeth first. She's like, girl, let's get it together. Maybe you're not making your bed right now. Like, what are some of those little things you're doing right now that like you in 10 years would not like, that you don't want to be doing 10 years from now? I realized this recently for myself because I kind of got out of the habit of making my bed every morning. I used to be so good about this. It was my first win of the day. There are so many mindset pieces to this to have that win first thing in the morning. And I was just so off of that routine. So when I was auditing this for myself, I was like, okay, she would be waking up when her alarm goes off. She's not snoozing. She's getting out of bed and she's making her bed. She's brushing her teeth, having her Celtic salt water, so on and so forth, right? So that was one little audit that I had to make was, okay, Michaela, we need to be better about making our bed in the morning. You don't want to be this version of you 5 years down the line. Like 5 years down the line, you better have like a fancy ass bed with all the pillows and all the things and make sure it looks super nice. When you identify what are some of the things your next level self would be a little embarrassed about that you don't want to be continuing, you see instant changes you can make in your life. This is so important. I'm all about micro habits, micro wins, and micro shifts because it's all of the little things that really add up. Another example of something that I love to implement that maybe your next level self would like you to implement as well is a night shift. So at night, you spend X amount of time, you can decide what that is for you, kind of cleaning up, picking up after yourself. If there's clothes on the floor, hanging them up, putting them in the hamper. If you need to put shoes away, doing that. If there's dishes on the counter, putting them in the sink or the dishwasher, maybe doing a light counter wipe, like tidying up your home space as your own little night shift, kind of like you're about to clock out of work and you want to make sure everything is clean and good to go. Having a night shift for yourself in your own home, I feel like is such a sign of respect for yourself, your things, and your space. And that instantly elevates the vibe because then you wake up and everything's clean and it's tidy. And it doesn't mean you're doing a deep clean. I'm not asking you to do the dishes every single night. I don't even do the dishes. My husband does. But at least you can wake up in an inviting and clean space. So that might be another thing that at night you go to bed and there's trash on the counter and you didn't clean up all of your dishes that you used for dinner and you got clothes on the floor and your towels on the floor and there's just like all of these things. So in the morning, you ignore it and your next level self would be embarrassed about that, right? So these are the micro changes we can make. And you could decide your night shift is literally 5 minutes. Maybe if you like to go to bed early, you're more of like, I want to clean in the morning. Maybe it's an opening shift, 5 minutes in the morning. You decide what's going to work for you, but this is going to help you clean up the little areas of your life that might be holding you back from being the energetic match for your desires. And the last little piece of homework I want to give you for this, for creating your perfect morning routine and really making sure you're maximizing your life for being an energetic match, is I want you to think about the fly on the wall method. This is something I came up with years ago that absolutely changed my life and changed so many of my clients' lives. The fly on the wall method. If I, Michaela, MJ over here on the podcast, if I was a fly on your wall for a week, what would you not want me to see? Okay. So this kind of goes back to what are the things your next level self might be embarrassed about, but that's one thing. Having somebody else observe it is a whole other thing. And I'll give you an example in a minute. Fly on the wall method. If I was a fly on your wall for the next week and I was flying from room to room, watching every single thing you do, watching every single thing that you're seeing, watch every single habit or lack thereof, what would you not want me to see? We all have those things that you're like, that's a bad habit, or, ooh, I wouldn't want you to see that. Or like, I'm watching Netflix 4 hours a night. Don't think I'd want MJ seeing that over my shoulder, right? There might be little things like that. Maybe it's something more emotional. And this is where we really are fine-tuning that energetic match. Maybe you get home from work, you shut the laptop, you're clocking out Friday night and you sit in bed. And then you're eating a bunch of food and then you're crying your eyes out and then you're staring at the ceiling and you're just like going numb because you're like, fuck. And that's how you're coping with your emotions right now. And you wouldn't want somebody else to see that. The reason why you don't want somebody else to see that is because you know that you could be doing better. You know you can do better. You know you can have better habits. You know you can be raising your standards. You know that you could be respecting yourself more. And sometimes it takes this perspective of if someone was a fly on the wall, I would respect myself more because I wouldn't want them to see me acting that way, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be acting that way. Having this method in my life and this thought pattern really of like, okay, if so-and-so is a fly on the wall, or if the internet was a fly on the wall, like what would I not want people to see? It shows you immediately where you are out of alignment with your next level self and with your desires. Because the version of you who is the energetic match for exactly what you want, she wouldn't have those things. She wouldn't have the habits that you're embarrassed about. She wouldn't have the, the meltdowns that, you could probably cope with things better. And the reason why you're having the meltdowns is because you just swept everything under the rug and you weren't doing your morning journaling or whatever it is, right?
Sergeant and Mr. Smith, You're gonna love this house.
Bunk beds in a closet?
There's no field manual for finding the right home. But when you do, USAA Homeowners Insurance can help protect it the right way. Restrictions apply.
Wow, this house is cute. But can I really get in the game in this economy? I do have savings, and I am responsible-ish. I should bury it. I'm being wild. But what if I'm not being wild, though? Could I actually score a...
Kick off your home buying journey with Zillow's new BuyAbility tool. It makes it easy to find out what you can afford, so you can get off the bench and onto the playing field with confidence. Check your BuyAbility, only on Zillow.
At Capella University, you can learn at your own pace with our FlexPath learning format. Take 1 or 2 courses at a time and complete as many as you can in a 12-week billing session. With FlexPath, you can even finish the bachelor's degree you started in 22 months for $20,000. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu. Fastest 25% of students. Cost varies by pace, transfer credits, and other factors. Fees apply.
The fly on the wall method shows you where you need to pick up some pieces. Maybe if I was a fly on the wall for a week, I would see your inconsistent workouts, and that's something that you're feeling not so great about. I'd see you like take your vitamins on Monday and then never again in the week. And you'd like maybe drink a half gallon of water one day and then it's Red Bulls or whatever it is. It just shows you these little cracks in the surface where we're probably not fully embodying the end result energy of our desires. And as promised, I'm going to give you an example of what this could look like and what this has looked like for me. So when I was asking myself this question recently, there are 2 things that immediately came up for me. One, I had become a chronic snoozer, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't want to be a snoozer, okay? I have a beautiful Hatch alarm. If you don't have a Hatch, it's literally life-changing. It's a sunrise alarm and wakes me up with like meditative flutes. It's such a vibe. But I was snoozing that shit, you guys. And I was like, snooze, snooze. I don't want to be a snoozer. It's also not good for your brain when it comes to waking up in the morning. So that was something I was like, if someone was a fly on my wall saying me snooze every day for a week, like that's probably something I wouldn't want people to see. And now I'm airing out my dirty laundry like on the internet and the podcast, but like that's because I love you and I want you to be better, and you're going to learn through my lessons too. So that's an example. And then the second example of something that I probably wouldn't want people to necessarily see is I have a hall closet in my house that we have, it's like a linen closet. So we have like towels in there. We have old mail, and like, I'll get to that, but like we have old mail. We have all of our reusable bags. We have like our blenders, our Ninja Creamy, like all of that stuff, the dog food. And that closet gets so motherfucking dirty, you guys. Holy shit. Because we just like shove mail in there at times, and then we'll like get new dog food and we just shove it all in and we don't make it look nice. Or we'll get an Instacart order because we always order our groceries, and we'll put like all the plastic bags in there without organizing it. And it's not a vibe. Like if somebody were to follow me around during the week and see me throw an aimless plastic bag in there, I would feel definitely embarrassed about that. That's not very next level. So once I recognized this in myself, I went through the closet. I went through all of the mail. I recycled the mail that we didn't need. We prioritized and organized the mail we did need. I threw away old dog food bags and dog treat boxes, stuff like that. I organized all of our reusable bags. And so then it's one thing that I feel better about, that cleans up the energy, because my next level self would have a super like Kardashian organized house. And granted, she would have somebody doing it for her. But again, do what you can with what you have right now. The point of cleaning up these little areas, the things your next level self would be embarrassed about, the things your fly on the wall would be saying that you don't want them to see, is to notice where you are leaking subconscious energy and not cleaning up the things you could be cleaning up. Because I don't think about that closet on a daily basis. It's not something that's draining my energy, but subconsciously, if somebody comes over and they accidentally open that closet, like I'm going to feel a little embarrassed. So we have to clean up these things, because anything that's an energy taker has got to go. We want to focus all of our time and energy on energy givers. That way we can be quantum leaping regularly. So your homework from this episode, you have 3 steps. Number 1, define what your next level self's morning routine is. Do a check-in. Maybe you've done that journal prompt before, but do it again. Redefine it. Redefine it for your next level self in April for the rest of 2025. What's her next level morning routine, okay? And match yours as closely as you can with that. Number 2, what would your next level self be embarrassed that you're doing right now? Clean that shit up. For me, it was making the bed. Number 3, fly on the wall method. If I was a fly on your wall for the next week, what would you not want me to see? That is more that you get to clean up and shift, more micro changes that are going to give you your energy back. All of this is going to have you in the aligned energy to be the energetic match with the things you're calling in, because now you're embodying that version of you. You're cleaning up the cracks in the surface that are the areas where you're not being that person, and you're calling back energy that is subconsciously kind of seeping away from you. Do that homework. Let me know how your mornings feel. You will have so much more energy, I promise you. And the manifestations are going to be dropping in like hotcakes. Okay? Trust me on this. You're welcome. I will see you inside of the Manifestation Effect. Don't forget, we have our pre-sale going on for the brand new program, my Foolproof Manifestation System. You never have to guess again. You never need to wonder, what am I doing today for my manifestations? It's all laid out for you for every single up level, for every single manifestation. The link's in the show notes for you. I'll talk to you on Wednesday. I hope you have the best Monday. Bye. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to leave a 5-star rate and review. I love hearing your takeaways and wins from the podcast in the review section, so don't forget. Love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.